Hello, my name is Eva Zayeda, and I'm going to be presenting on chapter 13. So let me just share my screen. Okay, so my presentation is on chapter 13, Creating Literacy Instruction for All Students by Thomas G. Gunning, and it is the 10th edition book that was made in 2019, and this is what the book looks like. So 3 parts of the chapter that stood out to me are the process approach to writing, conferences, differentiating instruction through writer's workshop, and going more in depth, the process approach to writing on page 512. That really stood out to me because students are able to use those different parts in different ways. It may not look the same for all of the students, but it leads to their quality work. So the process is very important. So starting off is pre-writing. So this process starts with a selection of a topic of choice, the planning, research, brainstorming, rehearsing, so writing in head, making connections throughout the day, and goal setting. And then there's composing, drafting, and this part is the actual writing down thoughts and ideas on paper. It's the expression, it's putting everything down on paper. And revising, this is a focus on effectively reading and rethinking work. Students can also practice revising each other's work. So editing, teachers model editing skills. Students correct their writing and answer questions to ensure quality work. They can even have a checklist so that they can ensure that they have all the necessary parts and that it's the work that they want to publish. So for publishing, students' work will be read by others, and it could be in the form of books, shared in class, contests, and so many more. And I love this picture. So it shows the writing process, and it starts with pre-writing, begin with the thought web or word list, and brainstorm ideas, decide on a purpose, audience, format, and tone. And then there's writing. So write out the details with the concern for the ideas. You will make improvements later. So that's just writing without worrying whether it's good, whether it has the punctuation. You just let it all out, express yourself, write it down, and then you revise. So you revise your first draft with a partner or individually. I feel like that can vary. And then you pay attention to vocabulary, content, and organization, the details that you need to change, move, add, or remove. Then there's rewrite and proofread, which I feel like together that could be considered more like editing. So you rewrite your draft, including the changes identified in the revision stage. You proofread your second draft, correct conventions, spelling, grammar, punctuation, and mechanical errors. And then you publish. So you get to share, publish the completed story, and you can go back and forth from step to step as your writing requires. That is something that I really like because it shows that there's not a specific way. It's not going to look the same for everybody, but it will help you to get the quality work that you want. And it's at everybody's pace. So writing and reading conferences on pages 522 and 524. This really stood out to me because when I thought of conferences, I just pictured like students sitting with their parent, talking with the teacher. And when I actually started reading it, it just showed how effective these writing and reading conferences can be. And they're not necessarily done like just academically. So plan conferences and keep records of them. Start with an opening question, find out the student's writing progress. You get to learn about the writer. You use skillful questioning to help get the students where you want them to be, to get them to understand their writing, what they can do to improve. And you make a teaching point and remain positive, encouraging students as capable writers. Reflect on the students' progress and goals. What are the writer's strengths, needs, and what are the plans to help them reach them? I didn't know that there are both formal and informal conferences. So peer conferences, students can give each other responsive feedback while teacher monitors. There can be a more informal, a more formal conference where it's more between the teacher and the student. And then something that I really liked was seeing the author circle. So rough drafts are shared between students. One student is an author while the others listen and provide suggestions at the end. Through consistency, students can become familiar with the process and ask themselves questions to improve their writing. I love the idea of collaboration, of empowering among students, of them taking on that role of being able to show ownership over their writing and helping their peers as well. So these are some pictures that stood out to me. Here is more of a formal one-to-one where the teacher is helping the student with his writing. And then here, this is what I imagine the author circle would look like. So all the kids are in a circle. And if you notice, most of them are all looking at the person that is reading, which would be the author. So yeah, I found this really, really amazing. And then these are just some examples of some writing done by students, super amazing. They all look unique. And then the next one was differentiating instruction through writer's workshop on page 529. And I'm gonna move myself out of the way so you can see. So the writer's workshop helps students to enjoy and develop a positive view towards writing. Students-driven mini lessons, they are made to help meet the students' needs. Students collaborate while the teacher monitors for appropriate talk. We want to make sure that the students are on task, but we do want to let them talk and express themselves and help each other out, tell themselves if there's anything they see that they can use to improve their writing. And instruction is differentiated. So the teacher takes advantage of conference time to teach at the student's level. Students get one-on-one with the teacher. Resources are provided like checklists or any other visual that might be helpful. It is expected for students to write at their developmental level, and they are encouraged to push themselves up a step at a time. Students present and build a sense of community with acceptance. So it's important that we're able to help students get that sense of positivity, encourage them to feel confident, to want to write. And yeah, thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed the 3 parts as much as I did. There were things just that I didn't know about before and things that I just wanted to learn more about. So thank you.